Guest this morning is none other than North West ANC Chairperson Nono Maloyi. Maloyi defeated Provincial Premier Bushy Maape at the party's elective conference, and there's a pending court application nonetheless by some ANC members who want the court to declare that the elective conference was actually unlawful.
Yeah, so let's head back then to Mr. Maloyi, who's continuing to stay with us for a little bit more here on the show as well. And these continuous court cases as well, Mr. Maloyi, and then you have people coming back and questioning your election or your position in power that you have now, how you got there. It shouldn't have happened. They're questioning results. They're questioning credentials as well. How does it make you feel when essentially your own comrades at a conference are questioning everything that led up to you sitting here as North West ANC Chairperson? What do you tell them?
No, like I said earlier on, members of the ANC have got a right to go to court after having exhausted all internal processes of the organization. And in this instance, I don't think they've done so. But you will also recall that we were preparing for this conference for quite some time. And this conference took place, and there were elections of the top 5, and immediately thereafter, then other members of the ANC then took a decision that they are going to contest the legitimacy of the conference when they had participated in that conference. I thought I must just raise that part. I wouldn't want to go into details because this matter, it is now before the court. So I don't think we need to go into details in this public platform. But obviously, I must say I'm quite disappointed. But like we said, it is going to take a lot of time for us to make members of the ANC to understand what the ANC stands for. That is why we have said it will be necessary to strengthen our political education subcommittee to ensure that each and every member of the ANC, before he becomes a fully fledged member, he undergoes an intensive induction process where they will be taught what is the ANC, what is expected of them as members, how they are supposed to conduct themselves, what is the code of conduct saying, what are the policies of the ANC, what is the constitution saying, and so on. Because at times, we take it for granted that when a member joins the ANC, he understands the ANC, he understands everything, only to find that this poor member does not understand the ANC to its fullest. So we'll have to undergo that process.
Right.
But we'll also want to appeal to leaders of the African National Congress that at times it is unfair to use members of the ANC to go to court and use such things and so on, whilst they know that they are behind those members, wearing balaclavas, knowing exactly that it is them who are contesting outcomes of conferences, using these poor members who don't understand what is it that they are supposed to be doing.
Mr. Maloyi, who are these senior members? Because these are serious allegations that you're making. If you're saying that there are some senior members or senior leaders of the ANC that are using ANC members to head to the courts, I mean, it speaks then of the leadership at the top. You're heading to the national conference towards the end of the year, and, those are serious allegations. Who are those senior members?
No, we will not, in a public platform, mention names of people and so on. But when we get information as the ANC that so-and-so has said this and so on, we need to do a thorough investigation. That investigation will be done. And once it is complete, we'll then stand in a public platform with confidence and say, this member and that member has violated the Constitution and the Code of Conduct of the African National Congress. And these are the processes which we will follow to ensure that disciplinary action is taken against such members. But we will not use the constitution of the ANC, we will not use disciplinary processes to intimidate members of the ANC who would want to go to court. But members of the ANC, including senior leaders, are not supposed to be using other members of the ANC to do things that are outside the constitution of the African National Congress.
I will tell you why, making such allegations based on what you say now are rumors on a public platform is also problematic. I spoke to one of your comrades during the policy conference, now Minister Kubai, and one thing that she kept reiterating was the concern that some of your members nationally have with the image that is being portrayed by ANC members publicly on these public platforms, because you throw aspersions against each other. There are clear factions against different factions. We talk of the N12 that's been trending during your own conference in the Northwest. The Taliban was trending as a faction in KwaZulu-Natal, and there seems to be no unity. However, once a leader then is elected as chairperson, they will then speak of unity because they're speaking from a point of privilege, because now they're elected and now they want unity. But while they were campaigning, we saw those divisions publicly. We saw the accusations that were being thrown around publicly. So what do you then have to say about the image that you have publicly of your party, yourselves as leaders and as members of the ANC due to these clear factions?
No, I must indicate that, firstly, that is why when an allegation is made against a certain individual, it will be incorrect for us to mention that individual in a public platform before we can do a thorough investigation and so on. But I will also agree that there are problems in the African National Congress. There is a lot of disunity. Members of the ANC are fighting amongst each other, and we therefore have a responsibility to start a process of ensuring that we unify these members of the ANC, that the ANC must speak as one. And we'll only be able to do so once we have a program, because unity must be unity of purpose. And that unity must be informed by a clear program of action, which each and every member of the African National Congress must follow that program of action. Like I said previously, we are on a very long journey, which has got a lot of challenges. And that journey is a journey of rebuilding, renewing, and unifying the African National Congress. And included in that is a journey of ensuring that there is stability in all our municipalities in the Northwest, including the provincial government. Now, it is not going to be easy, it is going to be difficult. That is why we are going to need each and every member of the African National Congress to be part of this journey in order for us to complete this journey. And informed by all these things, that is why we are tempted that we must declare Northwest a reconstruction and a construction site, both at the government level and at the ANC level.
Mr. Maloyi, why didn't you step aside?
Why should I step aside?
There's the suggestions of this culpable homicide case, which I know you spoke about at the Northwest Conference as well. Some are suggesting that morally you should have stepped aside while this is still being dealt with as far as the NPA is concerned. There's still calls that you should have done the right thing to step aside. What do you tell those people who think you should have?
Now, if you read the step-aside rule, it is clear that you must step aside if you are charged with for having committed serious offenses and so on. And in this instance, the matter is provisionally withdrawn. Now, it will be incorrect for us to talk about a matter which is not on the court roll or talk about a step aside when a matter is provisionally withdrawn. So it will be important for everybody to allow whoever is supposed to take a decision whether to proceed with the matter or not to proceed with the matter, to apply his or her mind on the matter. But for now, there is nothing on the table that we can talk about because this issue is provisionally withdrawn.
And on the step-aside rule as a general concept, we saw how upset KZN and the Free State got. As the Northwest, where do you, as the chairperson and the party in the Northwest, stand on the step-aside policy? Should it be in place? Do you agree or disagree with the concept?
No, we fully agree with the concept. The step-aside rule is an important rule in the ANC, which all of us, including all members of the ANC, must support. I think when we're at a policy conference and when other comrades from other provinces are talking about this matter, they are simply talking about the application of the rule. That the application of the rule must be fair to everybody. It must be applied in such a way that nobody must feel that it is being used against somebody because somebody does not want this other person to contest against him in a conference and so on and so forth. But this rule is very important for the ANC because it is bringing back morality, it is bringing back ethical conduct, and all other things that the ANC stands for.
I want to touch on municipalities, if you may allow me, Mr. Maloyi, and this is at the back of the Auditor General's report quite recently on the province of the Northwest finances. And I just want to quote here, audits in the Northwest reflecting a worsening culture of unaccountability in the province. I mention this because we've seen that with other big businesses that have pulled out, citing conditions not being conducive for them to operate within the province of the Northwest. What's your view in terms of this culture of unaccountability, this culture of finances and money that is meant to serve the province of the Northwest not doing its job, and thus obviously resulting in lack of service delivery within the province?
That is why we said this journey that we are embarking on, one of the key things that we need to do is to ensure that there is stability in both the provincial and local government. There are a lot of challenges at that level. One is that some of the comrades that we have deployed as councillors and so on, their conduct leaves much to be desired. Our own comrades, or some of our own comrades at that level, they've decided not to focus on issues of service delivery, issues that matters to the lives of our people, and so on. They've decided to focus on who becomes a mayor, who becomes a speaker, and then tomorrow there are motions of no confidence and so on. So basically there's some chaos that is happening in some of these municipalities. Secondly, at an administrative level, the unfortunate thing again is that we have also deployed through obviously normal processes of government and so on, people who don't have the necessary academic qualifications to can do work and so on. At times you find a CFO who does not have, who has no clue what is it that he's supposed to be doing and so on. So what we are saying it will be important and necessary that we must do what is called a skills audit, in order for us to know who is deployed in what position. Does that person have the necessary qualifications? If that person does not have the necessary qualifications, where do we have to shift that person to? At a political level, these comrades that we have deployed, do they have the necessary capacity? How are we supposed to capacitate them? We need to assist them to do all these things. Only yesterday we went to Lekwatemane, by the way, and in Lekwatemane, there was a motion of no confidence against the mayor, and some members of the ANC, we were told that we were going to support that motion. We had to go there, and we had to tell our own comrades about the necessity to ensure that there is stability in that municipality and all other municipalities in the Northwest. We also had to make sure that they understand why are they deployed as councillors, what is expected of them, and so on. And we also informed them what are the issues that they need to focus on between now up until their term of office come to an end. So this journey is not going to be easy. It's going to be a very difficult journey. That is why we need everybody to be behind this program.
And then for the moment, we're going to leave it there as well, Mr. Maloyi, as well as it sounds like there's talk and there's plans about ensuring that the correct cadres and comrades are sent out to the right places. Many people saying it's about time that happened. We're going to come back to Nono Maloyi, ANC Northwest Chairperson, in a couple of minutes. I am getting some tweets here. Kabelo, I see your tweet talking about double leadership in Lichtenburg and Swaying Municipality. I've also got Tira Kuba asking about the unity of the Northwest people, but we did address that with the unity. We will come back to that, I think, maybe if we have some time. And then Jeffrey asking, at Jeffrey asking about the ill-fated Mahakeng Gauteng Airport. We'll see if we've got some time. I see your tweets. We'll come back to Mr. Maloyi in a couple of minutes from now.